pursue their creative projects individually? And I'm sure you all get involved, but
Well,
get involved, Michael?
the biggest thing is just allowing them to have time to focus, giving them the space that they need to go through the creative process. That's probably the biggest way I can help.
I take the kids and go away for 4 hours. You know, we hit all the spots, the kid spots, the play areas, the park, the McDonald's, the van ride to nowhere.
Which allows them the time to collectively pursue their arts.
No, that's it. I think I think it's really the key to any marriage is respecting your spouse as an equal and their need to find and do their own thing. And if it's you take the kids and they need the quiet time, it's like a marriage. It's a dance you perfect over time. So whether it's between dinner and bedtime, that's a few hours, or it's getting up early because that's the time, or whether it's leaving work a little early, or however it happens, I think each one has each family unit has its own way of supporting the creative person in the out of the chicks.
As dads, how do you encourage creativity in your kids?
Mine don't need a whole lot of encouragement.
Are there special things you each
But really
do
just
individually?
spending time with your children. They like to be creative with you.
That's right.
So when you spend time with them, you're spending that creative time.
They're already creative. They already got the crayons and the clay and the glue and the art gun and everything else going on.
So you find that kids, by just in general by nature, they're creative.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's about what their personal passions are, and allowing them to show an interest, and then you pushing them in that way a little bit. It's easy, in our current society, whether it's playing video games or whether on the computer or Wii or PlayStation or whatever, or whether it's just watching something on television. That's much easier than pursuing their passions. And so we've done a variety of different things with our kids, whether it's going to art camps and learning about pottery and photography and painting, or if it's pushing them to learn a foreign language, or if it's pushing them to learn about something that they've shown a particular interest in. I spend time talking to them about the kind of things that I do at work, and then I'm a coach, was for my daughter and am now for my son. And I think that teaching them not just about what the sport is, but what's unique about coaching is those are the life lessons that I think will help them succeed as they continue to move forward. And not just to sort of box yourself into one individual thing that you might be interested in, that you can have lots of interests and you can be good at all of them. And even some that you might not be as good at, if you enjoy it, that's what makes a difference.
Right, well said. Well said.
And I think too, part of it is, the children get to see, their parents and their mother spending a lot of time for themselves, focusing on this creative process. And I think that's important to be a role model.
So you just diverted away from what we do and what the girls do, so I'll carry on with that. Yes, no, the 4 chicks. The boys, ever since seeing the wife writing her own novels and doing her own things, both my kids are writing their own stories now. Very into writing their own books and poems, things of that nature. So
Great.
Transgressing into what they've seen from the ladies, they're very interested in getting involved. And Jack's currently writing Harry Potter #8. What happens afterwards. So that's what they've gotten into, doing their own books.
You ask your kids, what do you think you might like to be when you grow up? And I don't know about you, my kids will list 5 different things. I want to be a doctor and a scientist and a teacher and I've noticed they've both added illustrator to that list since the 4 Chicks and a Muse. And so book writing and the things that they're being exposed to by the moms, it's sticking with all of them. And to Michael's point, I agree. I think for kids to be creative, it starts with just them wanting to spend time with you, because ultimately for them to be creative, they need to feel safe and able to be themselves.
I don't encourage my kids to be creative. They're already creative. I'm the one that's saying, put it away, put this up, time for bed, whatever. They're already doing all that. If anything, I'm trying to shut them down. Shut down that creativity. No, they're already creative. They already got the crayons and